I want to show you the shelter that John let me use for the Great Divide Trail and the Long Trail. It's one that he made, and it's been my favorite shelter so far for like long distance, like hiking all day kind of stuff. This is it. It's tiny. It's smaller than my jacket. This is actually my jacket bag. If you guys like want to know all the specs about it, I'm not going to tell you anything like that because I don't really know them. It's kind of like a mix between, it's more like a tarp, but I still would consider it a shelter because it's got the drop, the perimeter bug net. But I'm going to show you why I like it a lot. It sets up with one trekking pole, but I forgot it in my car. But I guess I can show you what I did on the Long Trail. So my trekking pole got taken by airport security, and on the Long Trail I carried that, but I didn't have any tent stakes or a pole to set it up, so I just used sticks. I do have tent stakes though. So this is it. It's very, very minimal. It sets up with 6 stakes and then a pole in the middle. This bent stick actually helped it. On the outside, it's got just a little bit of bug netting that drops down to the ground. This has an opening, which works like a door. John said if he made it again, he would leave this as a solid. I would also do some kind of attachment point so that it can roll up and go like that, but with a stick, it does it as well. It's definitely not something you would want to spend a lot of time in. If I was winter camping, I probably wouldn't bring this tent. It really just keeps you out of the rain and keeps the bugs off of you. There's no ground, there's no bottom to it, but what I do is you just use a piece of plastic. It's polycryo or something like that. It's for windows. You can get it at Walmart or Home Depot, and that just goes in like that. The one thing that I had a lot of problem with was condensation. When it's raining, the water just drains right off onto this mesh, which makes it more of a wall and holds the condensation in. And so a lot of the times the inside was pretty wet. But here, let's take a look at it from the outside. So this is it. Hole there, stakes out there, there, there. One that drops down like that, same on the other side. One of the problems that I had with perimeter bug netting is if there's any leaves or anything on the ground and this drops down, things can fly under or walk underneath, but it keeps the majority of it out, and you can put on the netting all the way around. But yeah, that's the tent he made. I'm gonna send it back to him now. It was fun using it, but I've got some other shelters to test. Oh, one thing that I did a lot was I would just cowboy camp, and when there was bugs, I'd put my sleeping bag on and then just drop this netting over my face. That way you don't need like a head net or anything. And I would only pitch it when it was raining. I liked it a lot because it was just enough. It wasn't any excess. I wasn't carrying 2 pounds of its shelter that I didn't need. It's only like 6.5 ounces, I think. And then you add in the stakes and the pole, or you just use sticks. So it's light enough, keeps you from dying, but I wouldn't use it in the winter. Here's another bonus. It's fanny pack compatible, in case you want to be cooler than all your friends. I was talking to the company called Lightheart Gear, and they are in Asheville, North Carolina, like a few minutes from my house. So I'm gonna go by there and check it out. I'm supposed to be there in a half hour. You can't buy this shelter, and I don't think they have plans of making it so you can buy it, but I just wanted to show some of the reasons why I like this type of shelter, because I've never used something like that. It doesn't seem like there's companies that are making things like that. The closest is kind of tarp tents or the Hexamid. But yeah, I definitely think there's a place for tents like that. I wouldn't recommend it for like beginner freestanding tent people, because there's definitely like a learning curve to setting it up right and not being super cold when you get condensation all over everything you have. So, yeah, I definitely think that design is better than just a standard tarp. There's a plaque.
Also, don't ask me about Palante making shelters and like when they're releasing stuff, because I know as much as you do.